Namaste Dosto, Farmer Troy here, and boy have I had an adventure today. I have Sleet Shadowfax, my 2019 Royal Enfield Himalayan steed, the steed of a gray wizard. But I got something to tell you. I'm no longer a gray wizard. I leveled up. I defeated a Balrog today, and I passed every obstacle and challenge -1. So I got a 99 percentile on my white wizard test, and that was enough to pass. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but you're gonna find out when I get this video all edited. It's going to be called The Adventures of a Wizard or something such. We're here in Columbus, Ohio. I left this morning at 9 a.m. and I didn't get here until almost 8 p.m. I've been on the road all day. Challenge after challenge. If there's something that could be thrown at me that's in the book, and some things that aren't even in the book, it was thrown at me. So here we are, the Throttle Company, my new Royal Enfield dealer. I no longer go to Gato. I no longer go to Motozilli. Pitt Cycles is convenient for me, so if it's something minor, I might go to them. They have yet to prove that they're a Royal Enfield worthy dealer, and I'll tell you that to your face. Come talk to me about it, and I'll tell you how you can improve. Okay? All right, that's a challenge for you. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I still have a 3-hour ride to get to Pittsburgh. I started at my farm this morning. I had problem after problem after problem. Whether it was a contracting crew that didn't know what to do and I had to babysit them for 2 hours, delaying my departure, to rainstorms, to the Tripper app crashing. I mistakenly thought that the Tripper app ate up all my data because I don't have unlimited data. So for a while I was led astray by my inclinations as to what happened. But what really happened was I was in a dead zone. When you have the Tripper app on the new Himalayan 452 and you go into a dead zone, you lose all your navigation. So, like I did, I had to navigate by the stars. It was still daytime and rainy and cloudy, but I kept looking for the next star and the next star and the next star. And thankfully, I ran into some helpful hobbits along the way who told me when I was off the track. They showed where to go in the right direction. Oh, you're really off course. Double back. Here's where you went wrong. I was even detained by an Ohio State trooper because I had just come out of a rainstorm. I was doing a rest stop, and I noticed that my chain was starting to get dry and possibly a little rusty. Well, you know what? It was still raining a little bit, so there was a time when I needed to stop again. And I was just about to make a course correction on the Tripper app. It was telling me to switch roads. And that one looked like it was going to be a what do you call it when you pay? Is that a turnpike? A toll road. It looked like I was going to have to go on a toll road, and I wanted to correct. First of all, I needed more coffee. I had coffee in my pannier, in my travel mug. I was getting hungry. I wanted a piece of chocolate, a Tootsie Roll, in fact, so I had something sweet to get my energy levels up. Speaking of energy levels, I'm all sugared, coffeed, and Coca-Cola'd up right now, and Tootsie Rolled up. So I gotta be up. You know why? because I got to ride back to Pittsburgh, and it's going to be midnight when I get there. Because, well, I'm going to save the rest of the stories. Some of them, it was like a script out of a television show, a movie, and a National Geographic special, all combined into one. I started my day at the farm at 2 a.m. doing work around the farm so I could get ready to leave it early. I was almost all ready to go. Then this crew of landscapers shows up, and they weren't the original crew that we went over everything with. They were a bunch of new guys. So I lost 2 hours babysitting them. Long story short, then I got stuck in rain. Then I got stuck in traffic. Then I got stuck behind an accident where, well, something happened bad to an animal and there were cars blocked all over the road. I'm not going to get into the details. Thankfully, I went off road to get around and continue my way. It's like something in the universe was testing me today, and they threw every single thing that the universe had to offer my way. And like I said, I passed all but one of the tests, and I leveled up from Gray Wizard to White Wizard. So what that means is this steed of gray, I'll still get to keep it, but Bullet is up for sale, and if I get my reserve on it, I will be moving towards the new Kamet White 452 Himalayan with complete adventure package, just like Harpreet, the bike that I just got rid of. I didn't get rid of it, I had to give it back, sadly. I would have loved to keep it, but I'm only allowed to have 2 bikes at one time. So if I want another one, I got to get rid of one of them. And I'm not giving up this one because a wizard cannot give up its steed. Now Bullet's he's like Samwise Gamgee. You know, useful, helpful, nice, a good cook. But it's a fun bike, I love it, but something's got to give. All right, adventurers, I've rambled on long enough, and I need to hit the road. So we're gonna close off this video now, and I'm gonna tell you, in conclusion, the Royal Enfield Himalayan 452 passed Farmer Troy's review with an 85% rating, maybe even a 95% rating, with some additional fixes. Those fixes will be revealed at a later date, but let me just say this. The Himalayan 452 passed with flying colors, maybe getting 2 things wrong. Oh, tell you what, I'll just say it. It won't, why make another whole video when I can tell you now? The navigation system, while it works on occasion, it is not reliable when you're out in the backwoods with no phone signal. It just drops you anywhere, and you have no way how to get yourself out of that situation. You can't go forward, so I guess you got to go back and recover your tracks. Or if you're like me, you figured out how to go using your intuition and knowledge of life. 2, the tires. Those tires are fantastic for what they are. Street riding, gravel riding, even dirt roads. Where they failed my test was tall, high grass. Grass up to here in the evening dew or morning dew. If you stop and you're facing uphill, you're not gonna go anywhere. You gotta clunk that thing around using all your force, which is hard for an old man like me, to turn it the exact opposite way so you can get that thing to go back downhill, so you can get the heck out of where you're at. So if you're way deep in the acres and acres of wet grass and it's all uphill, You can get up that hill, but if you stop halfway, you're not getting up the rest of the way. You got to turn around and go back. So with navigation, you can make this bike pass the test 100% in my opinion. Get a Garmin, a sat nav. Don't use the Tripper. It's not reliable. It drops, it crashes. My phone gets hot. You got to have your phone on all the time and plugged into the USB cord. So Royal Enfield, you messed up when you went with Google Maps. Google Maps is not intuitive. Google Maps doesn't even know the right address for my farm if I punch it in. It takes me down the road to some other neighbor's house. Apple Maps, that's where it's at. If you disagree or agree with anything I'm telling you today, feel free to put it in the comments. I'd be glad to have a conversation and share my experience. So, navigation, new tires. Royal Enfield, I recommend. Keep the bike the way it is if somebody's going to be a street-wise, dirt road-wise, gravel-wise rider, and that's it. But if they're going off-road, offer them a different tire set. Pirelli MT60 in the front and a Shinko in the back, just like Sleet Shadowfax. This is a Pirelli MT60, which actually came stock on this bike back when I bought it in 2019. Of course, I've gone through 3 changes since. And then this Shinko, I tried Pirellis in the rear, and Pirellis are not good in the sand and mud and water crossings, where this Shinko does just fine. That's a review, folks. Thanks for coming along on this video. If you liked it, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Who's that sound like, right? It sounds like Itchy Boots. Itchy Boots' original sticker right here. She's the one who convinced me to buy this bike back in 2019. And since then, I had nothing but praise and love for Royal Enfield. So, there are a lot of people out there doing YouTube channels, but I'm the one, I'm real. I'm real about it. I'm for reals. I test the bike in multiple types of experiences. The Himalayan 452, I had it in fields. I had it going fast on the highway. I was jumping it. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm the best expert, but what I'm telling you is, I know that bike inside and out. It took me 1 week being a non-electronic type person to get everything figured out on the electronics. And other than the navigation, I like every other thing about it. That the computerized system in there, absolutely flawless. Other than the Tripper Nap app, Bluetooth technology, it's not there yet. Royal Enfield, if you had a chance, change your app. If somebody has an iPhone, give the iPhone users Apple Maps. If somebody has an Android, let them keep Google. But Google does not run on an iPhone very well, in my opinion. At least, especially not like Apple Maps. All right, this is for real now. Goodbye. Peace, salam, shalom, mir shanti, and until we see each other again, Fir Malenge. See you soon, and I'll see you soon, Throttle Company. You're my new dealer now, so I'll be back. All right, that's it, Fort Pitt. Bye.